Welcome to Timeless Photos. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss more videos like this one.
The Hampton Court Ghost. Hampton Court Palace, a royal court dating back to the early 16th century, sits by the River Thames in Greater London. In the winter of 2003, security was repeatedly called to the palace's clock court because a fire escape door kept opening by itself. When they checked the security footage, they saw something horrifying. What appeared to be a cloaked skeletal figure opening and closing the doors. The Watertown Ghosts Photo. Back in 1925, the oil tanker SS Watertown experienced a tragic accident. Two crewmen, James Courtney and Michael Meehan, died from accidental suffocation and were buried at sea near the Panama Canal. For days afterward, the crew reported seeing the faces of the two sailors floating off the ship's side. Eventually, photos were taken, and one captured the faces of the dead sailors. The ship's owner, City Services, now Citgo, displayed the photo in their New York offices for years. Grand Canyon Grim Reaper. This chilling photo appeared on Reddit in the early 2000s. The poster claimed it showed their uncle standing on a rock ledge at the Grand Canyon sometime in the 70s or 80s. What wasn't noticed until after the photo was developed was a figure standing in the foliage behind him. The figure wears a black cloak, appears much taller than a human, and resembles the Grim Reaper. The uncle and his friends insist they were alone at that spot and never saw the figure. McMinnville UFO Photos. In 1950, Paul and Evelyn Trent noticed a strange object hovering over their McMinnville, Oregon farm. Paul managed to snap several photos before the object zoomed away. The photos created quite a stir, appearing in Life magazine and newspapers nationwide. Physicist Bruce Maccabee argues the UFO was a real physical object, while skeptics remain convinced they were faked. The Black Knight Satellite. In 1960, a dark tumbling object was spotted in Earth's orbit before any country had launched satellites. Since then, similar objects have appeared and vanished from orbit. The Black Knight Satellite Conspiracy claims this is an extraterrestrial spacecraft in a near-polar orbit, with NASA covering up its existence. A photo from the STS-88 mission supposedly shows this satellite, though NASA catalogs it as space debris. The Skunk Ape. Florida has its own unique cryptid called the Skunk Ape. As the name suggests, it resembles a walking ape, specifically an orangutan, and carries a terrible odor, essentially the East Coast's stinky version of Sasquatch. The most famous skunk ape photo, known as the Mayaka photo, shows a large black hairy creature with red eyes and sharp-bottomed teeth. A Florida woman took the photo after noticing something stealing apples from her backyard. Thinking it was an escaped orangutan, she called the police, but the creature had disappeared by the time they arrived. Spectre of Newby Church. This 1963 photo, taken at Newby Church in North Yorkshire, UK, shows an unexpected figure in the right corner. The spectre, believed to be the ghost of a 16th century monk, appears to have a shroud over its face and its hands positioned in worship or mourning. Experts examined the photo and ruled out double exposure, concluding the photo is genuine. The most unsettling detail: based on surrounding objects, the figure would be about 9 feet tall. The Brown Lady of Raynham Hall. For 4 centuries, Raynham Hall in Norfolk, England has been home to the Townshend family. It's also reportedly haunted by Lady Dorothy Walpole, sister of Britain's first Prime Minister and wife of the violent Charles Townshend. In what may be history's most famous ghost photograph, photographers Hubert C. Provand and Indra Shira captured what appears to be Lady Dorothy's ghost descending the main staircase. Published in Country Life magazine in December 1936, it became an immediate sensation. Tulip Staircase Ghost. In 1966, a former clergyman from White Rock, British Columbia, visited the Queen's House at the National Maritime Museum in Greenwich, England. Believing he was alone, he photographed the historic Tulip Staircase. When the photo was developed, a mysterious shrouded figure appeared, seemingly holding the railing while climbing the staircase. Experts examined the photo and found no evidence of alteration. The 29th victim, Millie. While researching for a film about serial killer Dean Corll, filmmaker Josh Vargas discovered a box belonging to Corll's accomplice, Elmer Wayne Henley. Henley Corll and David Brooks were behind the Houston mass murders, which claimed at least 28 young men. Inside the box, hidden away by Henley's mother after his imprisonment, was a grainy Polaroid of a restrained young boy with Corll's toolbox visible in the foreground. When Vargas showed Henley the photo in prison, Henley admitted there were unidentified victims, suggesting this boy might be the 29th victim. The Baltic Sea Anomaly. The widely circulated sonar image of the Baltic Sea Anomaly shows a large structure on the ocean floor that bears an uncanny resemblance to the Millennium Falcon. Swedish divers seeking underwater treasure took this picture in 2011. Theories abound. Some believe it's a sunken UFO. Others think it's a lost man-made structure from ancient times. The Cooper family photo. One of the internet's most famous paranormal photographs shows the Cooper family sitting at a table after moving into their new Texas home. To the family's right appears to be a human body falling from the ceiling. Despite numerous attempts at debunking, no clear consensus exists about its authenticity. If it's fake, the family likely staged it themselves, as the photo is oddly framed with negative space where the body appears. The Madonna of Bachelor's Grove. 20 miles south of Chicago lies Bachelor's Grove Cemetery, reportedly one of America's most haunted graveyards. One ghost said to haunt the grounds is the Madonna, or the Lady in White. In 1991, Judy Huff Fells was exploring the cemetery with the Ghost Research Society when she sensed a presence. She took a photo with an infrared camera and captured what appeared to be a woman sitting on a nearby stone. The Mars Monolith. In 2005, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter launched from Cape Canaveral to search for water on the red planet. Instead, it photographed what's become known as the Mars Monolith, a massive rectangular structure casting a large shadow on a barren plain. The photo, taken from 180 miles away, resembles another monolith found on Mars's moon Phobos, which experts believe is just a large rock. The Shroud of Turin. The Shroud of Turin, discovered in the mid-13th centuries, is believed by many to be Jesus Christ's burial cloth. It's considered an important Christian icon, but it's been doubted since its discovery, with critics calling it fake as early as the 1380s. Scientists have studied everything from the alleged bloodstains to the image itself. No tests have been 100% conclusive, leaving an ongoing debate between scientific and religious communities that will likely continue indefinitely. The Devil's Footprints, 1855. One winter morning in 1855, residents of Devon, England awoke to a bizarre sight. Hoof prints about 4 inches long stretched across 40 to 100 miles of snow. The prints appeared on roofs, walls, and even in drain pipes. What made them especially strange wasn't just their impossible locations, but their pattern. They formed a single line rather than alternating left and right like normal animal tracks. No known creature walks this way. The Hornet Spook Light, 1800s to present. In the area known as Devil's Promenade near Hornet, Missouri, a strange phenomenon has been reported for years. The Hornet Spook Light, also called the Hollis Light, appears as a ball or group of lights along the Missouri-Oklahoma border. Explanations range from headlights on Route 66, to atmospheric gases, to the spirits of quapaw lovers who ran away together, and of course, aliens. The disappearance of the USS Cyclops. How does the Navy's largest ship simply vanish? That's what happened in 1918 when the USS Cyclops disappeared while traveling to Baltimore. The last message from the ship was simply, "Weather fair, all well." Unlike most ship disappearances where debris eventually washes ashore, nothing from the Cyclops was ever found. Even more eerie, it vanished within the infamous Bermuda Triangle. The Ghost Blimp. In 1942, off California's coast, 2 U.S. Navy pilots commanded the L-8 blimp, searching for Japanese submarines near San Francisco. After radioing flight control about an oil slick on the water, they were never heard from again. Hours later, the L-8 crashed into a cliff, completely empty. Everything on the craft was working normally, the throttles were idle, and the parachutes and lifeboat remained on board. The missing personnel were never found, and no one knows what happened to them. The Max Headroom hijack. In 1987, 2 Chicago television stations experienced perhaps the most bizarre broadcast intrusion ever recorded. Both instances featured an unidentified man dressed as the TV character Max Headroom, dancing to distorted audio. The second, longer video showed him rambling incoherently through a distorted voice before being spanked by someone off-screen. Though the segments lasted only minutes, they've become notorious in television history. And with that last photo, we have come to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more awesome videos just like this one. This has been Timeless Photos. Thanks for watching.